This is going to feel a little bit like Goldilocks. How do you know when you found the right company?
No more despair.
Here are 6 easy ways to know for sure. First, alignment with the company values. Almost every company has their values listed on their website, and they should be talking to you about it during your interviews. But alignment with their values goes deeper than just the words. This is when you need to become a detective. Are they actually living the values that they have on paper? The company that I work with the most is WLBM. It's a nonprofit organization dedicated to the professional development and growth of women, specifically in the LBM industry. Their values are inspire, share, grow. Super simple. The reason that I wanted to partner with this group of people, they were inspiring people to do the right thing, to create DEIB programs, to make it just a little easier for women to come up in the world. Not just by talking about it, but by helping companies develop programs, by sharing their own successes and failures, by giving free resources to women, and all of it is really easy to find online. Now, let's say that the company that you're looking at, maybe they don't have a big social media presence. You can look at things like the company reviews. Something that's becoming more and more popular is towards the end of the interview phase, letting people talk to actual employees. In some cases, you're allowed to job shadow for a period of time and really try on those shoes. And it gives you an opportunity to make sure that those values that you align with are actually in practice. Next, I would look for growth opportunities. Thankfully, this one's a little easier to find because companies are realizing that they have to have growth opportunities for people. I am seeing a growing trend in the companies that I work with where they're really investing into their employees. Because let's face it, for most of us, we don't want to be in the same position 2 years from now, 3 years from now. And despite the noise about the younger generations, they work their asses off. They want to know that that matters. For you hiring managers and companies watching this, that doesn't mean they need to be promoted tomorrow, but there needs to be a path for upward mobility. And the first time it's discussed should be in that interview period. What can the companies offer? Again, it goes back to aligning your professional goals with a company. And a little asterisk to this, I would say make sure that you're not so strict in what job title you want, timeline you want things. Sometimes things move faster or slower, and job titles really don't matter these days. As long as you're being compensated fairly and you are learning and growing, that's really all that should matter. Number 3, work-life harmony. And that means a lot of things to a lot of different people, but I'm going to make this super simple. What that means in this context of it being a sign that you found the right place. Do they have a decent paid time off policy? And do people actually use their time without guilt, without punishment? Having a benefit like paid time off, but not actually making it simple for employees to utilize it, basically means that you have the benefit just for show. It looks good on the offer letter, it looks good in the handbook, it looks good when it's posted on job boards, but the reality is it's a hollow program. There are a lot of companies that don't punish you for taking time off. Number 4, healthy company culture. Similar to the first one, I'm sure that every company that you've ever worked for or will work for has a statement about their company culture. Is it real? Are there team building activities? Does the company give back to the community? Does the company support employees that are going through tough times? I've worked for organizations that literally paid for housing for employees because their home burned down. That to me is a healthy work environment where you really are caring about your team, you're caring about each other, and it goes beyond just what you're producing. But for you, company culture might mean something different. Is it laid back atmospheres where you get to laugh and joke and kind of play? Is it an atmosphere where the CEOs and the presidents are communicated with by everyone and there's no fear or doors? What matters most to you with that work environment? Because that's really where culture is based out of. I ask one question. Am I anxious on Sunday night about returning to work on Monday? If the answer is yes, I'm probably not in a good company culture. Number 5, DEIB. And I have talked about this at length in other videos, so I'm not going to go too deep into this right now. I also have a dedicated DEIB training program coming out soon, so you can look for that this summer if you need help starting a program or just introducing yourself to the concept. This one to me is another one that I ask one simple question when you walk into that office, when you join a Teams meeting, when you have work events, trips, whatever it is the group that you're around the exact same? And I mean that in more than just race and gender. Did everyone go to the same college? Did everyone get the same degree, same certifications? Are they all about the same age? Do they all have the same family background? Is everyone just a carbon copy of everyone else? If the answer is yes, they're seriously lacking on DEIB. If any of you are here from the speech that I did last week in South Carolina, where I talked about this, you know that I believe in fighting fear with fact. The bottom line is DEIB impacts a company's profitability. It impacts a company's longevity. It impacts culture. It impacts alignment. It impacts engagement. The more diverse the population in the company, the more profitable they're going to be. This last one, I didn't learn until I was well into my 30s. Do you nerd out? I was lucky enough recently to be part of a roundtable talking about networking for women, which I believe is going to come out in April. I'll be sure to talk about that on this channel when it does. And the thing that we all had in common is that we were super excited about the industry that we were in. We're excited to talk about it. We're excited about the facts about it. We're excited when other people ask us questions about it. We genuinely nerd out about our industry. Are you nerding out about your company? Are you screaming from the rooftops how proud you are to work for or with that organization, that nonprofit? Maybe you're volunteering. If the answer is no, maybe this is just a short pit stop for you, and that's okay. But make sure you don't stay there too long. You can and will find a place that makes you nerd out, and it is the best feeling. I nerd out about quite a few things. And again, it took me until I got into my 30s to realize that I really enjoy tech. I enjoy editing and video production. I enjoy producing. So anytime I get to talk about that or engage in that or help companies produce content, completely nerding out. I have genuine love for the LBM industry. So anytime I get to talk about that, I completely nerd out on that. I know just enough about doors to be able to hang one, but it'll probably be crooked. And I genuinely enjoy the construction of homes. I get so excited making these videos. And as this channel has continued to grow, all the DMs that I get with genuine questions, genuine curiosity, and genuine kindness from other HR professionals in tons of different industries, all of that sparks joy. So when you find your industry, when you find your company, you're going to find several niches like I have. When it's the right one, you will feel that joy. And sometimes it's butterflies, and sometimes it's nonstop smiling. Sometimes it's just genuine excitement and giddiness about what's coming. Maybe as you were listening to this, you were saying no on every single question. You might have to be where you are until you find something better. You might have just realized that where you are is not actually where you want to be. Change is normal, natural, and scary. So start looking now. Over the last couple of months, I've released videos on how to break up with jobs and how to job hunt. If you're watching this and you are a WLBM member, just quick reminder, I review your resume once a year for free. Please take me up on that. The average cost that people are paying for resume reviews is about $200. I do not get paid to promote WLBM or review resumes or do any of that. It's genuinely a passion project for me. And the work that we do with organizations allows us to do a lot of things for free. I'm going to apologize that everything is not fancy production like I usually do. Everything is packed up for now the second week in a row for another road trip that I'm doing with all my equipment. So this should be the last week for a very long time that this is the look on the channel. We'll go back to regular shorts and I'll say a nicer version of production as soon as I'm off the road. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again next week.